Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Good to be in your companies once again. This is Phenomenal Leadership, and I'm your friend, Bishop-elect Edlin Scott. I'm really excited about the opportunity to share with you tonight on this broadcast. Good evening. Good evening. Like and share. Like and share. So as you come on in on the broadcast tonight, I want you to like and share. Got something absolutely beautiful for you tonight. I believe that God has really placed something in my spirit that I want to share with you tonight. I want to talk about relationship and leadership. And that's where we're going to be focusing tonight. Relationship and leadership. Is it important? How do we get it working? Can we overlook it? Can we bypass it? Is it necessary? It is actually key. Relationship is actually key when you're talking about relationship. And so it is something that one has to work on as steadily as possible. One has to manage as often as possible so that it can be developed as regularly as it possibly can. So good evening to everyone. Big shout out to all of you that are watching. Nelson, good to have you in the company. Roberta, good to have you in the company. Daphne, good to have you in our company tonight for this session of Phenomenal Leadership. Reach out to all your friends. Reach out. Now, if you don't know, if you thinking right now, who I can call? That tells me that you have a problem with relationship. So if you right off the bat could very easily think of a good couple of people that you can share this link with, that tells me that you are in a good place when it comes to relationship. And so all we got to do now is figure out how to keep it going. All right. A lot of people, it's easy or find it easy to create relationship, but they struggle with maintaining relationship. And so that's another thing to talk about. So I want to dive into this. I'm doing a personal development class at Voice of Deliverance on Thursday night. Thursday night I'm doing a personal development class at Voice of Deliverance. So more than likely I may not be coming live at you on Thursday because I'm doing that class and we're going even deeper into relationship. All right. So let me give you three quick things on how you can improve your relationship. How can I improve my relationship? Can relationship be better? Anything can be better. How can I improve my relationship? I'm going to give you three quick tips. I want to thank everybody that responded to my birthday on last week Friday, on June 30th. Everyone that reached out, everyone that said congratulations, everyone that expressed whatever you expressed. I had a really, really good birthday. And I think it had a lot to do with the fact that I preached Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday night. I've never done that before on my birthday. I preach at Christmas, but I've never really preached on my birthday. But that was really nice. I got a chance to empty myself, and God really used and blessed. And so I really thank God so much for it. And so all of you that have supported, hey, thank you so very much for making that day such a special one in my life. Okay, let's go very quickly to three points or three tips that can help you improve your relationship. Tip number one, it starts with strength. Tip number one, it starts with strength. If you want to improve your relationship, it starts with strength. The strength part of it speaks about your self-awareness. Self-awareness. Now, what is self-awareness? A lot of people are not aware of the effect that they have on people and the effect people have on them. There are some people that are running away from relationship, and there are some people that are running to relationship. Could you imagine, Nelson, if I am running to you for relationship and you running away from me? So it'll never forge because I am staying away from you and you're staying away from and you're trying to come at me. Someone once said that if you are afraid to help me, you are also too far for me to help you. So you got to watch out for it. Self-awareness is very important. Self-awareness is very important. The first step in building more effective relationships starts with beginning to be practical. In other words, a lot of people can talk it, but putting it into action is kind of difficult. So become practical and assess your own abilities. You must know your strength. You must know your strength. You must know what happens when you walk in the room. You must know what happens when you don't walk in the room. You need to know what happens when you stay too long in the room. So you must have an awareness, because all of this contributes to the health of a relationship. You can add too much to it, or you cannot be adding enough to it. But self-awareness gives you the feeling or the knowledge of what needs to happen next. So self-awareness, know your own ability. Start by paying attention to your interaction with people, and then how they interact with you. How is it? Now, you cannot, and hear me good, you cannot develop a healthy relationship if you are not prepared to interact with people. Relationship is lively. Relationship has dynamics. You won't get a relationship if you're in an empty room, because only you are there. Relationships involves somebody else. So sometimes it's one-on-one or one on a group, but it happens. So look at the reactions that that people have on you, and then the one that you have on people, and take note of their physical response, their verbal response. Because some people will stay in the room, but they'll be twitching, watching their watch. When are they gonna get to the end of the presentation? Notice the response. Be able to read the room. Notice the response. Be able to read the room. On the other hand, what is your response? Are you saying hurry up, hurry up, or are you saying, boy, I really only got 5 minutes, and you counting down. You counting down from 60 seconds when you done gone the first 4 minutes, 59, 57, and you just counting down. What kind of response? And this has to do with self-awareness. Self-awareness. Sometimes when you're not watching everything, some people make little wisecracks. So you got to be aware of these things if you're developing a relationship. As a young preacher, I used to always take personally people's response to my presentation or my preaching. And sometimes it had nothing to do with me. It had something to do with whether I was too long, they didn't understand me, something I said, but had really nothing to do at all with me. As a person, they love me. It's just what I said, how long I said it, and all that other kind of stuff. And so as I grew, I come to understand that self-awareness is very, very important. And so once you get self-awareness covered, you pretty much got it all done. Okay. You can't be able to be self-aware or be able to read the room if you are not engaging people. So, for instance, I can't stay in my office and be able to develop good relationship. COVID has introduced or has heightened the virtual world. And so a lot of times people say, okay, I'm going in a virtual meeting, and they turn the camera off. So you can't even see whether they may be making the faces at you or whatever, or you can't see what's going on. But when you physically get involved with the person, you can see what the response are, whether they're positive or they just making sport of you. So that's not going to happen if you're locked away in the room. You got to be present. You got to be present. Got to make eye contact. When I'm talking to people, I practice now making eye contact. I practice listening to the end of whatever they have to say, not jumping in between like you know what they're going to say. Allow the whole thing to go all the way through to the end. So you got to be present. You got to be present if you want to be able to benefit from self-awareness. Now, when you would have grasped how you feel about people, how you respond around people, or how you respond to people, how they respond to you, then you have your first assessment. And after you've got that first assessment, then you are able to work better because you understand what's going on. You understand, hey, these people ain't want a long meeting tonight. They ain't want a long meeting today. They just want to hear what you got to say. This is in and out. They are settled. They want information. So you understand what it is that people want. All right. Once you become aware, then you start taking consistent steps to eliminate the weakness. Once you become aware that people, for instance, they don't like you talking long, don't aggravate them by talking long. All right. Once you know people, oh Lord, they can't stand to hear you sing. You don't sing. In fact, some people have this voice that just is annoying. Just hearing them is just annoying. Not that they don't have nothing good to say. They just sound annoying. So if you sound annoying, and people ain't want to hear you because you sound annoying, not that your content ain't good, then give it to somebody else to make the presentation with. All right. So take steps to eliminate the weak points. If you are discomfortable around somebody, take steps to ensure being comfortable. If people are uncomfortable with you in different areas, take steps to eliminate that. And then strengthen the skill sets that you do have as you go on. So you try to eliminate the weak ones, and then you try to strengthen the strong ones. All right. So number one, how to develop a relationship. You start with self-awareness, your strength. The second thing that you do in developing relationship is you got to connect on all levels. Connect on all levels. Someone put in the chat stream. In order to strengthen relationships, the second thing you got to be able to do is connect on all levels. Take for instance, let me mess with my wife. She's a teacher. If her as the principal, right, can only connect with her staff, if she can only connect with her staff, then she have a shortage. The principal must be able to connect with the staff, the teaching staff, the custodian staff, the students, the lunch vendors, the PTA board, the parents, even the neighbors around the school. So you must be able to connect on all levels. All levels is necessary. Let's say you're in the church. You're in charge of the women. You and every woman have a great relationship. But there really is few churches that only have women in them. you're going to have to come into contact with some men sooner or later. So you got to be able to react with everybody. And a lot of times people can connect with their kind, but they can't even look above it or beneath it. So you got to be able to connect with, let's go back to the principal. The principal got to be able to connect with the teachers, the custodial staff, the students, the PTA board, the parents. They got to be able to connect with them. And they must also be able to connect with the department above them. You know, there is a department above the school that tells the school what needs to be done. And so you got to be able to connect with everybody. Everybody must be able to benefit from you. And so that's what relationship is all about. Connecting, finding a way to connect. How you speak with your teachers is different from how you speak with your students. How you speak with your students is different from how you speak with the parent. And so you got to be able to in and out. You know, I have a friend that whenever my friend preaching, I say, we got to go to the altar tonight. Oh, Lord, we got to go to the altar tonight. Just when you reach the church, just head straight to the altar and say, Father, I have sinned. Because my friend can only preach judgment message. Whenever my friend, the Lord only gives them judgment message. You got to be able to connect on all levels. And that's what builds strong relationship. Relationship do not take place by yourself. Learn to relate to all kind of people on all levels of people within your organization or where you are. Why is this important? When you are able to relate to the teachers, you understand what they go through. When you relate to the janitors, you understand what they go through. When you relate to the students, you understand what they go through. And everybody else, you understand what everybody else go through. So therefore, when it's time to make decisions, it is easy to make a decision that doesn't hurt everybody because you understand what they go through. It's almost like sometimes decisions are made and be like, they're not sensitive to what we all are going through. So a politician cannot make a decision and to help you if they don't know you. Because well, I guess that's why they always fix the road, because everybody need the road. Everybody need the road. So definitely that'll just help everybody. Just fix the road. Tar the road in front of the house. They can be all right. But it's more than that. It is more than that. All right? Effective managers expands their view of people who work around them. Successful executives involve others, as it is impossible to involve people if you can't connect with them to start with. You ever heard people say, you say to them, Roberta, go talk to Nelson. And Roberta say, I don't know what to say. And the reason you don't know what to say is because you don't know what Nelson does for job. You don't know how it is, where he works. You don't understand nothing at all about him. So you don't know how to approach him because there is no relationship. So relationships start with, firstly, there's a self-awareness of what you do to people and what people do to you. And then when you understand what you do to them, you know how to connect with them. There is no reproduction without connection. It sounds funny, but all of us in here, our parents connected. Even if they only connected for 5 minutes, they connected. And therefore the result was us. But before they connected, they had a relationship. A relationship moves to intimacy, connection. And then stuff happens. Relationship comes from actively listening to people. A lot of people try to figure out why is it that there's no relationship between different people. Relationship comes about when you listen. You can listen to people. You have to take the time to hear people. One of the skills of a good leader, it lies in their ability to listen. To listen. So you have to be an active listener. And an active listener is one who not only listens but shares information. Got to be able to share information. When you share information, if I say something what Nelson said, it's because I respect Nelson, so I respect what Nelson had to offer. And so therefore, I don't have a problem sharing what he said. I don't have a problem sharing what Roberta said because I respect her, and so therefore I can share. So, relationship comes about when you actively listen and then you are willing to share information. If we have no relationship, if I always got to do what you say, you will never want to do what I say. I always got to do what you say. No, that ain't no relationship. All right. So, here we go. I'm a little disorganized tonight, but I'm still excited about what we share. All right. Listening comes about in good times and in bad times. All right. Only by truly seeking information directly from the team members can you effectively make decisions or changes that can benefit them. Before you make a decision, you must find out what's going on in there. What's happening in there? What's going on in your room? What's going on around your table? Before you make a decision for that table, understand what's going on there. By listening, sharing, and expanding your different ideas, you can be ahead of the game when it's time to make decisions, or you could head off some things because you are an active listener. Good relationship is based on handling problems in a positive way. Good relationships is based on handling problems in a positive way. Even tough decisions, watch this. I like this. Even tough decisions can be more pleasantly delivered in a positive manner and doesn't alienate people. Nothing hurts relationship when whatever decision you make, it looks like you leave me out of it. Whatever decision you make, it leaves me out of it. So, even if there are going to be times when you have to make some decisions that are going to leave some people out, but you do it in such a way, that it doesn't make them feel like they are alienated. All right, if you are looking for a male for the job, there's no reason why I can't do it. So it can't be as simple as I need a male for the job. Tell me you want a 6-foot male, then I can understand because I'm only 5'9". All right. Tell me you need a male but don't need no glasses, then I can understand that, and it doesn't make me feel alienated. All right. I'm looking for a good man. You tell them I'm looking for a good man for the job, and I'm your friend, so I feel like I'm a good person. And then you just overlook me. So make decisions that doesn't alienate people. The best managers always try to find a common ground that they know, and they know how to be diplomatic. You got to know how to handle people. You got to know how to handle people. Good managers, or the best managers, know how to find common ground, to deal with people, and they just know how to be diplomatic, handle people right. Because when you mess up people's feelings, it becomes problematic. So my final thought for the night is acknowledge conflicts. Acknowledge conflicts. You may not never thought about it, but I don't care. I don't care who you are. I don't care how perfect it is, the relationship is. Conflict gonna come up. Conflict is gonna come up. There's gonna be something, some kind of misunderstanding on some kind of level. Most practical relationships that ain't practical, like the ones with in theory, that's my friend in my mind. We don't really interact, but boy, that's my friend. That's really my friend. But the practical ones, the real relationships, they run into conflicts. All right. Skill building tools of a true relationship involves being realistic. Gotta be realistic. Recognize that almost every decision or every move comes with some level of conflicts and circumstances. There is no idea. I don't care what you do. Even if you go to church. If you go to church, ain't no service going to be ideal. You don't have no perfect day. It's either someone going to park in your favorite spot that you like to park in. Someone ain't going to sing the favorite song that you like to hear. Something could be off. So, no matter how things are, you got to be realistic and recognize that every decision, if you don't make a decision, there will be no friction. Whenever you start moving, there's friction. If you're going to sit in your car right now, when you close the door, that'll be the last time the car shake. And if you sit there, the car will not shake. But as you go down the road, I don't care how smooth the road is, you're going to move just a little bit. Because movement causes friction. So, as you make a decision, make some moves, they comes with a set of conflicts and a set of circumstances. Good relationship skills keeps conflict and disagreement to a minimum. It can't do without it, but it'll keep it to a minimum. Once you have a good relationship, it kind of minimizes it. Somehow it suppresses those arguments and disagreements and the conflicts that just comes out of day to day. Conflicts and arguments, I don't care how saved you are, I don't care how fiery your church is, I don't care how sanctified your church is, there are conflicts in them every day, whether you know it or not. But good relationship with the members, with the people. It is sad in some churches you find that the only thing people have in common is we go to the same church. When you have relationship now, then the disagreements and the conflicts are kept down to a bare minimum. All right? And simply because parties may conflict, but that doesn't mean that an effective leader can't work through the challenges of them and help calm the situation and resolve the conflict. If there's no relationship, the conflict will never be resolved. The conflict cannot get resolved. But relationship keeps it calm. You don't ever notice when somebody fighting or somebody arguing or somebody rowing. Not everybody can calm them down, The person with the relationship with them can come right in, calm them right down. They be making all kind of noise until that person calm them right down. Talking about developing relationship. All right? So, you got to build on a spirit of cooperation. And thanks to great relationship skills, you are able to maintain and keep those great relationships alive. So let's go quickly over the three things. All right, let's go quickly over the three things that helps develop your relationship. Number one, self-awareness. Self-awareness. What kind of effect do you have on me, and what kind of effect do I have on you? When you understand them, then you start getting rid of what I just do to hurt you, and then what you just do to hurt me. What I just do to throw you off, and then you do what you do to throw me off. All right? And then connect. Be able to connect on all levels. So I want to know what makes the basement happy. I want to know what makes the first floor happy. I want to know what makes the staff that's cleaning the bathroom makes them happy. Why they always cross? What's going on? It's not always the money. It could be that every time people, instead of throwing the hand towel in the thing of the garbage full, they just, the one to the door, they just still throw it there anyway, so it can just fall around because someone can pick it up. So connect with people on all levels. And then finally, acknowledge conflicts. Because realistically, conflicts are going to happen. But it's those relationships that minimize it. It's the relationship that keeps it from turning into a fire and it just be a little smoky wood. Good relationship does that. Hey, well, I'm not out of words, but I'm just out of time. Certainly, I thank God so much for all of you sharing with us today. We're talking about relationship and leadership. Relationship is very important. Very, very, very important. Absolutely necessary. And if you don't have one, need to try and get one. Thank you so much for being a part of it today. I'm not sure when I'm going to be with you on Thursday because I'm doing something about relationship, but I'm taking it to another level in the in a personal development class at Voice of Deliverance Temple on Thursday evening at 7 o'clock. And so I'm not sure I'm going to be out. I got two funerals on Saturday, so I don't know what I'm going to be doing Morning Glory Saturday, but hey, I'm a young man. Let's see how I feel, and let's see if we can make it happen. But thank you so much for being a part of the broadcast tonight. Thank you so much again, those of you that responded to my birthday. Hey, y'all made me feel really good, real happy. Thank God so much for you. God bless you. Good evening to all of you.